Frank, I've told you this before, and I'll just say it again. Some of the photos that Brian Moss took of you for Animal Pack, those black and white ones, are the most used avatars on steroid forums on the internet.
I tore both triceps. I tore my bicep. I have nerve compression going from my neck down to my forearms. I never wanted to be pro. I never ever wanted to be sponsored. I never wanted to be like anything. Bodybuilding was great, like competing. Like I liked it a lot. It was just a training.
Hello, my friends. This is episode between 6 and 10.
It's actually between 6 and 8, which means it's 7.
6 and 8, it's 7. And we're between friends here. My friend Juji, my friend Frank. We're all co-hosts. We're all the hosts. We're all equally hosting this.
Can I jump in? I got a question for Frank.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah, Frank. When things started working out for me, I kind of got known as the split man. The guy that does the splits. I've even had some guys come up to me and go, "Oh, you're the guy that does the squats between the chairs." Like the squats between the chairs.
Yeah.
The first few years, it actually kind of aggravated me. I didn't like just being the split guy because I'm so much more than that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But now in the last 2 or 3 years, like I like being the split guy again. I want to be the split guy. I kind of missed it,
Yeah.
And so it's like my question for you is, you're the forearm guy, the guy with the giant fucking forearms. Have you ever been through a phase where that shit bugged you, but then, or are you now like, do you like it now? Like, how do you feel about that?
You know what? Yeah, maybe. I at first I was like, you don't realize that this is my own body, so I don't even realize that I have big forearms. I was like, I'm just trying to be big like everybody else. And then I got to the point when I remember the first time I went to Gold's Gym, and that's what they didn't know my name, and they said, "You're the guy with the forearms." And the only time maybe sometimes it can get annoying if like you're at an expo and you've shown your forearm 5,000 times. And one time I did it, and I actually pulled a muscle in my forearm because I was flexing so much. And I was just like, okay, I'm done for the day. Like, this is enough. But no, man, I think it's cool to be known for anything. Like, if you're known for something that's nobody else really does, or not that anybody else doesn't have forearms, but like they recognize that you have the best of something or whatever. That's amazing. You know what I mean? Listen, lots of people can do the splits, but they don't talk about those people, but they talk about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right. I'm sorry. I was laughing because the amount of flexing that you have to do of a forearm to pull a muscle there has to be fucking tons of flexing. Like, how many times did you fucking do that in order to have? Because those muscles are so resilient.
Especially when you're at an expo and when it was like the height of my popularity.
Yeah.
It's like that's all they want to see is veins and and they expect you to be as veiny standing there at an expo like that you are in the pictures at the gym and stuff like that. And it's like, sometimes it is, and sometimes you have a ton of veins, sometimes you don't, right?
So question for both of you guys. When you go to expo and you got to take a lot of pictures, like Antoine, I'm sure you notice this yourself because you're very sensitive to this. I'll eat in the morning, and then after I get there and I start working the booth and everyone's asking me to flex with them and shit, I'll actually start to get a pump, kind of into it. Then as the day goes on, I just get fucking flat. You guys. So Frank, your vascularity is probably pretty high at the beginning of the expo, and then you just keep flexing it, and you're just like, fuck, it's all gone.
By the end of it, you're just like, I'm just like a pancake. Like, but just standing there all day is exhausting. Yeah. People don't realize it. Like, I've had someone one time said to me, they met me and they were like, "Oh, I was disappointed" or something. But it was like the third day of the Arnold or something, and like, how it is. You're just exhausted. Every person you're trying to give your best, and hey, how are you? People trying to talk to you and tell their story and all that stuff like that. And it's like, by the end of the day, I'm just like,
oh yeah,
you're just exhausted, and you get home and you're 10 pounds later.
Yep. That's the way it goes, man. And I call it people washing. It's when there's so many faces that just come up to you throughout the day. I call it people washing. I've been people washed. People washing, yeah. I feel like at the end of the Arnold is extreme. That one's the most extreme in my opinion. I feel at the end of the Arnold, when you've had people come up to you all day long and you're trying to give them your best, you're like really trying to pay attention the whole time. You actually start to get fatigued in the brain. On the third day that you're saying the third day of the Arnold, that's the hardest one, man. By the end of it, I was having trouble languaging, like words, like I was having trouble putting sentences together. Like people come up to me, I'd be like, hey, hi, hey, hi, hey, good to see you. You know, it's like a fucking retard, dude.
Well, you know what, dude? It's like it's not like you're putting a show on all the time, but you got to be on your game the whole time. It's hard.
Yeah.
We're human, you know. Like we get tired. You know what I mean? Like everybody else, like the people go to the expos, they get to go back to their hotel room, relax. I don't know you guys. We got to go to the gym. We got to get our meals. We got to do. It's like the things I had to do too. I had to do when I was with Animal. I had to do all these kind of things after the expo or before the expo and shoot a video and do this. So they don't realize. And then if you're, you know, some people once in a while you party too. That Saturday night or something, you're gonna go party or something like that. You know, the next day you're just a mess, right? So yeah, it's hard, man. But it's, you know what? I look back now, and it's still some of the funnest times I've ever had. Even how hard it was.
Yeah.
I look back now, and it's like, man, like I have a lot of good memories. I love that.
Yeah, the cage was great though. The cage,
the
animal cage was like the freaking booth you wanted to see at the Arnold. It was like the main attraction. Oh, you're going to see the cage at the Arnold? People would just like gather around the cage as like animals, just look inside like we're a bunch of zoo animals. And I remember myself, like before I was Universal, I was like trying to like look who was there and stuff. And even then when I signed with Universal, I was like, oh fuck, I want to be with animals. So I could be in the cage. But
is the cage still around? Is the cage still a thing?
No, I think it's gone.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't even think they even have Universal supplements anymore.
Universal's gone. I know that.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I found it a couple days ago. I had no idea.
What do you mean it's gone?
So
yeah,
look it up.
Just Animal?
Yes, and it's funny because they started with Universal and then turned to Animal, and now it's, you know, weird.
They rebranded Universal when they signed me. They wanted to do this old school stuff, bring it back. It's still here. The Instagram is there.
Yeah, but look at the last post.
The last post is Dan Green.
When was
2021.
It? Whoa.
He's
right.
You know, I think the thing was that Animal was just too popular. It was just too big. It was too, and it overshadowed Universal too much. You know what I mean? But I did like the old school stuff that you guys did though. I love that stuff. And you guys had the Universal road trips. I only got to go on one or something. I think that was fun.
I know. Yeah, those were fun.
Don't you look back on that stuff like now and like how fun that was?
Yeah, I guess it was.
Me and Antoine were talking yesterday about doing it again. Only just me and him.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's like that. That's the fun stuff, dude. Traveling and like going to other places and, you know, meeting people and no matter how tired I've been and done stuff, I'm like at the end of it, like I say, when I come back, I'm like, shit, man, that was like the best times I've ever had. Like I drive into like I went to FIBO, and then we drove to Poland and did the whole country of Poland in a van. And I'm like, at the time, I'm like, fucking, I was like, just kill me. I just want to fucking die. I'm tired of this. But now I look back like, man, that was awesome, man. That was just such a good time. And man, you got doing that stuff. Yeah, but nobody really does that stuff anymore.
Hey guys, like, one sec. So this is the Instagram of like Universal.
Yeah.
Who was doing it, but this post right here is just Happy Valentine's Day.
It's lazy. It's pretty lazy.
And then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 posts about a mug. This is strange. This is strange Instagram. They stopped doing it. Like, I wonder who was doing it.
Well, even Animal's under new management too. So
really, what's Animal looking like? Let's see.
Animal. Evan has said that they're trying to kind of change things, and I'm not sure. It just sometimes companies, maybe they should just kind of stick with what they're good at. Other times they do need to adapt. It's a tough call. But,
Juji, I 100% agree with you, but I looked at their stuff, and I think they're just trying to go a little bit too mainstream now, like what everybody else is doing.
Animal,
and that's not what you're known for. So why would you even like? You're actually supposed to be different than everybody else. Why change it, right? I didn't understand.
I agree with you, Frank. No, they
they should double down on the hardcore because they're the
double
original.
down.
They can
Double
manage to do that. Double down the hardcore, bring back the black and white, just fucking go crazy. Just go overboard, like go Brent Warren style with the chains. Like you remember Unchained his DVD? Brent Warren and Johnny Jackson. Yeah, do that. Just
but you know what's I think 22 is that they've redone all their labels, and it's still me.
Yeah, it's still you.
Yeah, it's still me.
They still licensed to be able to use your likeness and image, Frank. Yeah. You're okay with that? Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not that I'm not okay with this. That when I was younger, I signed away my rights and I didn't realize what I was doing. Like I had no idea. Like I'm in contract. I had no clue. Like I was like, oh, money, cool. Hey, show me where to sign. Hey, show me where to sign. You know what I mean?
Last I checked, Brian Moss is still really hungry to try things and shake things up and have some fun. And he was a major part of making those brands with his photography. His candid shots. He's still there. I'm pretty sure that he'd still love to kind of make some of that work happen. I'm surprised.
You ever work with him before?
I have. Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, his pictures are crazy. Let me see. Can I do like this thing now? Because I bought the Zoom Pro. Is there a way I can like show stuff
on the screen? That's right.
Share screen.
Yeah, but you know what? Brian was the easiest person to ever work with I've ever been in my life, like a photographer.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable. Like I tell people all the time, it's like when I work with anybody else, it was like a workout. And with him, it was more time setting up than even taking the picture. The picture took 2 seconds.
Yeah. No, but he's good. The
setup took forever, and I just had to go over, sit down, relax.
Yeah.
Easy. It was easy.
When I do photo shoots, I give more directions than I take them nowadays, like from different companies. I'm basically like, I've gotten to the point where I just tell them like, no, you're taking, I'm doing squats today. So you're going to film and take photos of me doing that.
Well, I guess because you're so different than everybody else. You know what I mean? Like everybody else just does the same old thing, and you want to make sure that you're not like doing the same as everybody else. You know what I mean? So it's like you're making yourself unique. So
is that me?
Yeah, doing dumbbell press. Remember this one here?
Yeah, he had me in a dungeon or something. It was weird.
I've never seen it. Let me see, Antoine. Let me see.
It's kind of hard to tell what's going on.
Awesome. Yeah, I love you.
He had this weird dungeon set up, and we made like he had me in a straitjacket and shit. It was cool.
Yeah,
I love them.
I like doing different shit.
Yeah, me too. I should TBT those. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, TBT those. Yeah, I'd love to work with Brian again.
Pictures that I've never seen before, like that I took like when I was like 26, and I was like, holy fuck, he probably has tons of stuff for you guys.
Maybe, yeah. I shot a lot with him actually.
Frank, have you shot more with him than anyone else?
Like me
or like me? He shot me the most of like all the people he shot, or
has he? Yeah.
I mean, we did a lot. I gotta say, I'd say it was like for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a ton of photo shoots, but over 10 years, it adds up, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You know what, Frank? I've told you this before, and I'll just say it again. I think some of the photos that Brian Moss took of you for Animal Pack, those black and white ones, are the most used avatars on steroid forums on the internet.
Probably, right?
You know what? I'm still seeing stuff, so that's what makes it's like crazy to me. It's like I can't believe people are still using them and stuff like that. Like
they're cool photos, man. They're fucking timeless.
Yeah,
it's even crazy to see the note like when people post pictures sometimes of me to be like they'll like do it or a video and it's like Arnold, Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, and then sometimes I'm in there and I'm like, what the hell am I doing with these guys? What? You know what I mean? But I understand it's like the motivational part, but like those are the guys that I looked up to. So it's like kind of like, holy shit, like what? Like how did I do that?
Yeah.
Frank,
but I realized
even me when I started, right? It was like right when the journey was happening. I remember the old forums, journey 1, 2, and then there was like all the pictures there, and we didn't know who you were. We couldn't figure out who that guy was.
I was the animal guy.
he was just a mystery behind it, and it's just the way you look, right? You're like a big bodybuilder, but the weights was tight. It's like you take men's physique, but you fucking quadruple them, make them 4 times bigger with the same proportions. So it was like for a kid, it's like, holy shit, this is like how I want to look like. For everybody growing up, it was like that. And I would try to find the magazines. I would cut you out, put like on the wall and all that stuff. I think you said that I had like an old training book that you saw with you on it.
I think you showed me one time. You had a training book, and I think there was a small picture of me in there or something. Like, this is when you were really young. You must have been like a teenager or something. And I think you told me that this is like a long time you told me this, or you showed it to me or something. And I'm like, holy fuck, that's crazy. And now we're like such good friends. We've like done so much things together, and it's like crazy, right? Like,
funny. I think I might still have that training log.
That would be fucking hilarious.
I think it's in the room there. I could take a look right now, but you guys will have to talk.
I was saying it was interesting because for me, I took animal pack supplements when I was younger too. And my first diet logs, like counting protein, carbs, fats, calories, when I was 18, were the printouts from animalpack.com. So they all have the I got it scanned in my computer. I got my diet logs from the summer of 2004 when I was like I was 18 years old, you know, and I could eat everything I ate. It was a red pen. It was like 3 months worth, and they're all animalpack.com. I had to go to the USDA website to find the nutrition database to find the food. There was no apps. There's no convenient way of doing it. I had to do it all by hand, you know, but they're all from animalpack.com, those printouts. And I had all the supplements and the training book, Antoine, I think I had the same thing. It was like a 50-page spiral comb thing they sent. Remember that?
No, the animal one, they had that, but I just it was a normal book from like a school book or something. But I know the one you're talking about, the training log, they had. That was a cool thing to have too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I made an order from Animal Pack last year. At the end of last year, I got some animal meal. I just want to try it out.
It's good. It's actually good.
No, it is good. But when I ordered from the website, it was still a good experience. They sent like a free Moleskine journal with animal and some stickers and some other stuff with it. I was like, this is a good consumer experience still. So I was actually I was impressed. I was like, good for them, man. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People don't understand. Juji is keeping pictures, videos, content, logs, training stuff since like, where is it on an external hard drive? Where is all that shit? And like, explain to people like how you've been keeping track of pretty much everything on the computer.
Redundant hard drives, cloud. It's all like in storage and bullet boxes, just redundancy. Yeah, it goes all the way back to 2000. Antoine, I got videos and photos of you don't even have of yourself. So if you ever need a PBT, just let me know.
So if I would ask you, Juji, 2006, summer 2006 pictures I sent you, do you have them?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, Juji, once you get older and stuff like that, you're so smart to have this stuff, man. Like, it's people don't realize how important it is. Like, when I even find out, like, I didn't do that stuff and I regret it, because there's times like when I was at my biggest and strongest, my freakiest, I'm like, fuck, I don't even have a picture from that because I never even thought about it. You know what I mean? And I would look back now, like I said, I saw some stuff from Brian Moss that I never saw ever, and I'm like, wow, man! Like, just reminds me, like my very first pro show, he has the pictures backstage, and I don't have those. And I was like, whoa, holy shit! Like this, you know. And the older you get, the more you look back, and it's like, I think the thing about getting older and when it's okay is that you look back on a life that was worth living, and like you just have all those memories because that's all you had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now you can actually go back and look at these videos and like the pictures and stuff like that, man. And it's like all this stuff that you've done, and like it's amazing, man. Like, I wish I had that stuff.
You probably have a lot of it. Just dig through your hard drive.
I don't have a hard drive.
Oh. No, have Brian Moss dig through his hard drive. You can probably dig through that stuff. I don't think you've burnt very many bridges, Frank. You seem like you're such a good guy that anyone you reach out to that you've worked with probably have some of the shit to share with you if you wanted it.
I don't know. I guess I kind of like always was pretty quiet and never like for so long. The thing is too, when I first came out, nobody knew who my name was. Nobody knew nothing. And I never did interviews. I never did like any of that kind of stuff. And I just kind of like I just want to train, man. I just love training. And that's one thing I was going to say too. Like, I find the people who are remembered or the best or whatever are the people who just do it because they love to train. Like bodybuilding was great, like competing, like I liked it a lot, like, but it was just a training, man. I loved it. And it was like, I never wanted to be pro. I never ever wanted to be sponsored. I never wanted to be like anything. And it happened just because I think I mean, maybe I got lucky, but just because I love training, like even with you, I mean, both of you guys, like you didn't do all that stuff because you want to be famous. You just did because you love it. You know what I mean? Like I saw first time I saw Juji might have been, I guess it was Nuclear Summer. That's still my favorite video, you guys. Like that is still the best thing I've ever seen. You know how many people I've showed so many people that video over the years? And I think that's where I think I knew Antoine already, and that's how I saw who you were. And I even remember the first time I met you. I met you in Expo. We only talked for like 5 minutes.
We were both being bombarded by fans, man.
Yeah. And we're talking 5 minutes. It's the first time we ever I know we like it was on the internet and stuff like that, but we never ever met in person and actually got to like chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that moment.
I've been a fan of yours for yours a long time, man. Long time.
That's great, man. We're just all good friends here. This is awesome. It's funny how it works out. Antoine has a training log with Frank's picture on it, and I think I had a poster of you, Frank, in my room or something. And it's funny that we met at Expo. We're both excited, and you actually seen our videos. I didn't even know you saw our stuff, so it's just kind of cool. All of us are fans and friends of each other.
Yeah, right. It's like I mean, Antoine. I met Antoine. He was probably 20 years old. Probably.
Yeah, I think, wait. Oh, that's funny. Remember when my ex, Katyana, she's the one who told me, hey, you should talk to that guy.
Yeah,
I was like, who? Oh, Frank, do you know him? Yeah, I know him. It's Frank McGrath. What do you mean? And then now I'm thinking, I thought about that the other day. I was like, why the fuck was she talking to you?
No, dude, you know what? And she was always just talking about you.
Oh, really?
Because she was like, oh, I want you to help him and this and this. And
oh, she was being nice.
That's she was being nice.
Yeah. So yeah, and I remember like you were just out of the hospital with your accident. This is when we started being more friends. It's like when you came out of the hospital, you were pretty hard because I met you before that. I think with in Ottawa or something, but that was brief.
Yeah, I remember I met you at and you were with. What's the first company you were ever with?
BPX.
Yes, I remember I saw you, and I think we met one time before that, and you were young, man. I think you I don't know how old you were, 19, 20 or something. Just a baby. And you
was on that plasma ball.
Oh, that was. Is that my first sponsor? No. NX Labs might be my first one.
Which one?
NX Labs. This plasma ball one. NX Labs. I think that might be my first sponsor.
Never heard
Frank,
of it.
I met you for the first time in Vegas. No, in California. No,
maybe
at the house. And then you open up the door. You were like, "Yeah, sup?" You were like, because you just tore your arm or something. You were like kind of depressed.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't seem like he wants to see us. And then I
was not happy then.
I know. Yeah, it's okay.
How's your arm now?
What?
How's your arm now? Because about 6 months ago, you had some issues with your arm. Your brachialis.
I've got so many problems. This whole video would be my problems. I tore both triceps. I tore my bicep. I have nerve compression going from my neck down to my forearms. So even a part of my forearm doesn't like flex all the way. And it was causing a lot of pain. Actually, I finally found someone who's actually helping me with it. It's really starting to work now. But like, yeah, dude, it's been I'm beat up. But now it's like, because I just trained like crazy for so long. I trained like a fucking maniac. And now I'm just starting to realize like, okay, I gotta like change. You can't be the same thing forever. You have to adapt to everything's going on. And I feel better now. Like I'm not as much pain anymore because I'm not like trying to bench 5 plates and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think that's the problem. Most people who are bodybuilders and like then retire and like just totally like stone cold stop training. I don't know how anybody does that. But I think if you can't let go of what you were and like try to be something else, that's the problem. Because I know it's hard. For me, it's hard. It was very hard. But I'm starting to realize that like if you want to continue going, you got to adapt to whatever situation's going on in your life. You know what I mean? And I always tell my thing always is, if Ronnie Coleman can't do it forever, nobody can.
That's true.
Yeah. So
I think once you've built it, it's just different maintaining it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
now it's like more maintained. I mean, listen, I think I still train when I'm really in it, I train hard, but I'm not like trying to curl 100-pound dumbbells anymore. You know what I mean? That kind of
yeah.
stuff. Like,
Well, last time we did legs until your lungs were on fire.
oh my God. I laughed so hard when you sent me that video. I was home laughing at myself.
What was it again? You're like, oh, my lungs.
Like,
they're on fire.
I was like, I love it. I love it.
I like it. I
I like it.
Frank wanted it.
But it's like, dude, I because you know why? Because I was out of the gym for so like, dude, honestly, I haven't really been consistent in the gym in like a year because of all the stuff going on. There's always a kidney thing or a fucking something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slow me down. And then I was like, oh, let's do it. Antoine's like, let's do a video. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, okay, we'll do legs. I'm like, I haven't trained legs in like a month, and I'm gonna go train legs with Antoine.
Oh God.
I always would say no because I'm like, oh, I won't be able to do it. But I was like, fuck it. Like, who cares, right? I'm training with the guy with the fucking biggest legs in bodybuilding. You know what I mean? So like, what are you gonna do, right? And I honestly, I thought I did pretty good for not training for a while. But the last thing we did walking lunges with all this shit.
Yeah, fuck that shit, dude. God
I know.
damn it.
I thought I was gonna die.
And the goddamn walking lunges around the whole fucking gym. It kills you.
No,
But it wasn't even my legs. It wasn't my legs. It was my lungs.
Yeah,
It's
My
everything.
lungs were on fire.
Antoine, you got big legs, but they're as fucking strong as they are big. That's the thing. It's like there's a lot of big guys who just don't. They're just big for no reason, or they're just big because of genetics. Your legs are big, but your fucking leg workouts are god awful too. They're hard.
well, that one wasn't too hard, and it wasn't too bad. But actually, in those lunges, when I was pulling the weight with the bands, and I had the chain and the whatever the plates in my hands, I actually pulled my groin on the last like lunge or something.
Oh,
So
you told me that. Yeah.
I'm still hurting. It was from that workout. I'm still hurting the groin there. So I pushed pretty hard. I pushed like far. I guess.
You did, man. You were like, that was impressive. And before that was a drop set. You did that leg press machine before that.
Yeah.
And you did like, okay, listen, I don't remember how many reps you did. I think you did like 50 reps on that leg press machine, and you did drop sets. Then you did walking lunges with the weight behind you, the chains, and two 25-pound dumbbells or whatever, plates in your hands. That was after doing that.
Frank, you ever seen how much weight he does on a hamstring curl machine?
Yes, I called them stacks.
It's a fucking stack. It's the whole goddamn thing. It's just like that's not a normal machine to max out on, in my opinion.
Look at those legs.
Yeah,
they're fucking ridiculous.
Antoine,
but that's what I say. One thing about Antoine, like a lot of people, that again, I say only thing that I was never like the strongest, but I think I was pretty strong. And the Antoine I think has like me or had like me, or I'm saying that wrong, is that he has endurance. That's one thing I was really good at. I was really good at like just going and going and going when I was at my best. And that's why I feel like Antoine has it just has that like never ending supply of energy. Like he can just go and go and go. It's like, what the fuck? It's like super impressive what he does. And then he's like, dude, he's doing this for fucking gym's going to close, buddy. He just has that crazy endurance too, right?
30-second rest sets max.
Yeah, I don't rest too much.
A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people just like, I did 12 reps. I'm good. They're done. I'm like, Antoine's like on the 100th rep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with a lot of weight.
Yeah, I need to. I think one thing I want to try with this off season that I just started is I think I might want to back down on volume because instead of doing back twice a week, I want to try one of the 2 back days with like less reps and less volume a little bit, and just try to go on the more straighter set type of style, or maybe rest pause, but go more heavy a little bit, and then keep one back day with like more lat pump because I think like. For the legs, I've actually backed down with my leg training. So the workout I've been doing, Frank, and the one we did, for me, that's like just like a normal workout. It's kind of like maintaining my leg. Because I used to like, Juju, we've done some hardcore leg workouts. You remember at Nitro Gym and we were doing all the leg extension, the lunges, remember with the Chuck?
The Nitro Gym one was one of the worst ones. In fact, you couldn't drive me to the airport that night. Your mom had to drive me to go back to the airport because your legs were cramping and you couldn't stand up in your kitchen.
I couldn't.
I had to get your mom had to drive me to the airport at the end of my trip. That's how fucking crazy you went.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
well, I
sorry.
remember it.
So workouts like that, I can't do that anymore because I realized that, let's say your strong body parts in your body, right? Your genetics will recover your strong body parts as a priority first before your weak ones. So if I'm training legs super freaking hard, all my recovery points and energy for recovery will go to my legs and less to my upper body.
Mm.
It's like in a video game, you got like spare points for all the levels. My leg level is like to fill it up is like all the way in, right? So it's like I want to have them fully recovered. I don't have enough money or points or mana for the other like arms or chest, right? So
Hey, yeah, go ahead, keep going.
yeah, so just to make sure that my upper body has enough food to recover, I need to beat my legs less for less long, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying that. Maybe I'll try that with some other body parts too. I'm just curious.
There's a term for it. It's called body part periodization.
Body part periodization.
Yeah, John Meadows used to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a thing. You're doing a thing.
I'm doing a thing that exists. If John Meadows was doing that, it must be good.
Yeah, but not many people know about it or have the discipline to apply it because something feels weird about not training one body part that much or at all, you know?
Oh, that's why he did. One time John Meadows told me that he was trying to get his arms really big, and then he couldn't like do like all the arm training because he had tendonitis, couldn't even do curls or whatever. He was hurting so much. So he was like, fuck it, I'll just stop training arms and I'll just do my back training, my chest, shoulders, and all that stuff. His arm grew. Like he said, like almost 2 inches, he said. His arms grew when he stopped training arms.
What if I stop training everything?
I don't know. I don't think you're gonna stop training your third leg.
No, never. I gotta train that later.
You're never gonna train. Always gonna train that one.
Well,
You
get just do the double hander. You get like the shake weight.
Yeah, you also doing like the stretching exercises.
Yes, exactly.
Double-handed. How big is y'all's? Shit.
I got small hands.
Okay.
That's funny.
You know what?
Yeah,
You're just talking about video games. It reminded me. I don't know if Juju's gonna remember this. I think he was with Antoine, and there was a video of you playing a video game. You and Antoine. I think it was like maybe it was Golden Axe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And I swear to, I wonder because I have it. I have that game here.
Yeah.
And you were a long time ago. That was like I don't know. You were young. And I don't know. I was gonna send it to you one day, like the picture of me playing it, because I don't know why I remember. It's such a like nothing video, right? Just you playing. I remember you died, and you'd be like, screaming at the TV.
Yeah,
I just thought about that.
Fun, man. Me and Antoine like to play those little games.
Yeah, that was 2-5 spoof, right? Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a spoof video we did, just like a bunch of random shit.
Yeah.
And I was telling Juju the other day, actually, I think it was on this podcast. You say, I think we were like the first like streamers or something, like to like film ourselves playing video games and put it on the internet. Like,
Yeah.
who else did that? Like,
I don't know.
it was more of a joke. But we played Contra on that video. We played Golden Axe, and then is Golden Axe the one that says "and you did"?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you, I watch your guys' stuff. I told you, I watch all your guys.
That's funny. Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
Hey, Antoine, you know at the end of that video, the fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks.
That place is still there, and it looks exactly the same.
Dude, we have to go there.
Fucking creepy, isn't it? That weird fucking haunted house looking shit is still out there. We drove by it about a year ago. It's on the way to Scottsboro, Alabama. That fireworks stand with the same sign and everything is still there from like 12 years ago, dude.
Time capsule.
It's weird. It's creepy, dude.
We should go back there just for that.
Maybe, yeah. What a TBT.
Yeah. Before and after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if we do like a 2-5 whatever 6 poof 2 like we want to do, I think we should maybe like add some random collabs in there. So let's say if we're at my place, we could have Frank do something, and then if we're somewhere else, we could have like some random person do something. Like just if it's easy to do, we could do that too.
We're just gonna do a bunch of skits and stick them together. It's just like Instagram.
What about a New York Summer 6?
Yeah.
we've been doing random nuclear things, but it's like I can't trick anymore. So it would never be like
as good. But, okay,
Yeah.
we'll just do one of you just trying and falling down.
No,
Porch.
we actually wanted to do like the sequel to Torch and Scorch called Porch. It's just us on a porch, like on like chairs, just like on a porch doing nothing.
Old guys on a
Yeah.
porch on a rocking chair.
Porch.
How old are you guys? Okay, Judy, how old are you? You guys are around the same age?
I'm 3
Antoine,
years
you're
younger.
36?
I'll be 36 in July.
Yeah, I'll be 38 at the end of this year.
There you go.
You know how that's like, to me, that sounds so young.
I know. Usually I'm the old man, but Frank, right now you're the senior.
Damn, it's so weird because I remember like, that seems so long ago to me. I'm gonna be 45 in a few months.
I thought you were
Isn't that
40.
crazy? That's weird. That's weird. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Now it's like 9:00 at night. I'm like,
You're an old person. You're getting there.
right? Oh my,
Funny.
you know what I tell people when you start talking about the weather and stuff like that, that's when you're getting
Yeah.
old. Oh, it's a nice day today.
Are you doing that now?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Are you?
And,
Are you?
and I want to like when I see like Evan and Guy mowing their lawn and stuff. I'm like, fuck, I want to mow the lawn.
Oh no.
Okay,
It's
wait.
old, man.
Just full
Oh.
stop. Evan is like a 65-year-old in a 40-year-old's body.
Exactly.
Pretty much. You're right.
He's the most responsible adult I know.
And
But
it seems like he's always been like that.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I love
But it's
Evan.
funny because I never knew he was that funny because like he would only be funny with me like when we were alone. Like we weren't around anybody.
Yeah.
Because when we used to go, like we used to work together so many times, he didn't want to be around anybody. He's like, Frank, let's just go over here and eat. Let's like do whatever, right? And like, okay, cool, man. And he would make some jokes and be funny. I'm like, holy shit, this guy's actually funny because he was so serious.
Yeah. He's really
But,
funny.
Oh my god, Evan.
He's like the dark horse of the being funny.
Right? But now he's being way more funny now, and it's like, I think it's great.
It
Yeah.
is great. Yeah. How do you
What
guys?
think about Evan? Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, Frank, you're probably like really experiencing this now, but I'm already getting the point where I'm like, I have grumpy old man tendencies where I'm like looking at kids, going, God damn it, fucking kids, you know, like.
I said to people, like when I go to the gym now, I'm like, look at these people, look at his haircuts. Look,
Yeah.
that music is stupid. I'm like, oh God, what happened?
I'm that
Yeah.
person now. You know
Yeah,
who's
I'm so
the
personal.
best? You know who's the best old grumpy man at our gym?
Who's that?
Have a guess.
Old grumpy man at our
Big
gym.
Mike.
It-
Taylor
Oh,
guessed it.
That's what I was
Big
gonna
Mike
say.
Van Wyck.
Oh,
He's
Mike.
always been
Yeah,
like that, too.
Mike. Yeah. How old is
He's-
Mike?
Is he your age, Frank, or a little bit
No,
younger?
He's younger than me. He's
40
probably 41, 42.
41, 42.
What? That's it?
Yeah,
He's really grumpy.
yeah. He's like those fucking tripods. I mean, all this content is him being grumpy. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. It's good.
I know he's really good at it. He's like he's like the Mr. Olympia of grumpy. Yeah, I love this shit.
Is it, hey guys, is it good to be grumpy or should we not be grumpy? Because I
mean,
don't know how
it
to.
depends. I guess for Big Mike, it depends how you feel inside, right? If he's just
Okay.
doing, I guess, yeah, I don't think things really bother him that much, but he ramps it up for the video, right? Because it's
Yeah.
just like he's ranting, and maybe it bothers him a little bit, but the fact that he's sharing, it's like it feels good. It just gets. It's like somebody was like sharing how they feel. It's almost like he's writing his own diary here. It's like
Yeah.
online, just complaining about people doing TikToks.
You know what I think though, when I see people like older people like 70, 80, whatever, and they act old, I'm like, where in life did you stop being like funny and happy and whatever to like that part of your life? Like, because like Antoine, do you ever feel like you're ever gonna act differently than you do now? Like when you're 50, do you think you'll probably still be like making jokes? And I will be. I'm almost there.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? You say that. I was like, what did I do earlier? I was like doing something when I was at the gym, looking at just joking around, like when I was 20 years old, right? I feel like 20 years old. Then I look in the mirror, I was like, do I look ridiculous now that acting like a, I just feel like do I look stupid doing this
Yeah.
being myself,
I know
you
you.
know? Like it might be, it's being myself fucking weird now because I'm older. I'm like bald and stuff, and I'm just like my face doesn't look young anymore. I was like not self-conscious, but I was like, am I supposed to act like like I want?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Which
Right?
is
No, man, I think it's what keeps
so
you
weird.
young and stuff.
Maybe, but I feel like sometimes I'm doing stuff. I'm like, it's like my body and my face doesn't match how I'm feeling, my actions.
Yeah, but you know what though? I've met older people who are like that too. Like people who are like really old, and they're like still really funny and still like making jokes and like, and I'm like, that's I love that shit. Someone who can still be happy and have the same mind when you're like 70. Because I can understand the older you get, it's harder to be happy because you're losing shit. Or you're like, you're not going to keep the same kind of body, and you're not going to be as strong. You're not going to be as, all kind of stuff. So you're losing things. So you can see how it makes you feel like you can be like sad inside. But like, I think it's like I said earlier, like when you look back, you're like, man, I fucking had a great life, and I fucking did everything I fucking wanted to do, and I have all these memories. I think some of the people that are grumpy are people who just lived that life of like didn't live out their dreams, or just a boring life and didn't do anything. I'd be upset too if I did that.
I think maybe also if they're comparing themselves to the way they used to be a lot. So, for example, my dad is 71, Frank, and he's the crazy guy that has all the ideas and is running around having fun. He doesn't act his age. Antoine, you can confirm my dad's he's fucking nuts. But yeah. He's been an athlete his whole life, and he just compares himself to basically the fact that he's an old man doing this and he still does it. He's like, find me another 70-year-old who's going to get up and run 16 miles in the woods at 0 degrees. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, only your dad's crazy like that.
Yeah. So I don't know, like Frank, maybe when you get maybe another 5 years, you get to the point where you're like an old man, and then you're like, you look like that for an older guy, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But maybe right now between like the ages of 35 and 45, we're still kind of like, a lot of people still think we're younger than we are sometimes. Mm-hmm. They're comparing, and you feel like they're comparing us because I got the it's a curse and his blessing, but people see me do flips. Flips is a young person thing, so they think I could still do all the crazy flips. I'm like, I'm 260 pounds and almost 40 years old. Find me another almost 40-year-old that can do flips, let alone a 260-pound guy that can. Mm-hmm. Put them together, it's just like, okay, maybe I can't backflip on command right now in an expo for you. I'm not going to try. I'm going to tell you no. But they're like, I know they're disappointed, and they're like, you know what I mean? It's like a checkbox in their mind. I feel like you're checking off, like, well, can you still do a backflip? Check. Okay, I'll still look at them then. Otherwise, you're not important to me.
That's what I expect. People always like, I can't do backflips. Whatever. I used to be able to do a backflip when I was in high school. That was it though. But it's like, I always felt like I was going to let people down because I wasn't as big as obviously not big as I used to be and stuff like that. Like nobody can do that. So when you meet people now, it's like part of me was like, oh man, am I letting these people down? Because like a lot of people expect you to always look exactly the same. Yeah. Like they want you to look like you did 20 years ago. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like that's not the way it works. Like, why aren't you like, where's your vein? I mean, one guy one time was like, man, where's all your veins? I'm like, I don't know.
Someone said that to you?
Yeah, because was one time that just your veins are not always there. Yeah. I'm lucky that I get a lot of veins, but like there were sometimes they're just not there, right? And you're in an expo all weekend, they just disappear, right?
Yeah. The guy was upset.
And then some guy was like, "Man, I thought you'd be more veiny," and I'm like, "Do I have to explain? Do I have to explain?"
I got a question for fun for you guys, and I'll tell my answer afterwards. What's the thing that somebody said of that thing that they kind of like put you down or like said something that I thought you were whatever? Like, is there something like that guys came to you and said that? Because you just said, Frank, that, oh, I thought you had more veins than that. Where are your veins? So that's one of them. Do you have any other examples?
Someone said to me, or one time was like, wow, you look different. You look old or something like that.
Ouch.
And I'm like, well, I am 40, and you were comparing me to a picture when I was 26. So
I am older.
I am older. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I was really insulted, obviously, and like felt really bad for a minute. But I'm like, dude, that's like almost 20 years difference. What you expect me to like look the same? Like it just blows your mind, right? But I get what he's coming from because like he's comparing me to a picture he saw like an animal picture or something like that, and then you see like now I'm bald with a beard, and I'm like, what am I supposed to say to that? Thanks, man. I don't know. Yeah, because I'm older. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Fuji?
Me, I get people because I've worked in so many different facets of physical culture, like arm wrestling, rock climbing, grip sport, powerlifting. I get the guys that come up to me who are niched, like they only do one thing, and then they come to me like, how come you don't arm wrestle anymore? How come you don't rock climb anymore? How come you don't do that? Because it's like, I don't know, because right now I'm not doing that, or I haven't posted a video about it in 6 months. So it's like they take offense to it because I'm not doing their one thing they do. And then they're like, they think I'm like, oh, you're not. It's just like, guys, I kind of do a little of everything. It's just what I am.
I think
I'm a
the
human.
arm wrestlers are the worst, probably.
I don't want to. I'm gonna fucking throw them under the bus. They are the fucking worst. They come to me and they're just like, come on, man, I want to feel your hand. I'm like, you're fucking weird. Okay, like, can we just do a normal handshake? I could tell when they're in arm wrestling before they come up to me. They'll go for a handshake or something, and then I'll see this fucking wrist do this stupid thing where it's like, oh, he's going to pull me in and talk about my arm. And then all of a sudden he locks up with me and he's talking about arm wrestling and grabbing me and yanking me around. They all do that shit. I'm like, stop it. You're weird. God damn it.
Dude, funny you say that. Not about arm wrestling, but like the amount of people that I've had come up and shake my hand and like try to like squeeze my hand or like do something like that. And I'm like, so like, just normal handshake. I'm not trying to impress nobody in there. And I'm like, okay, man, you want to fucking go nuts over there? Like, I'm like, relax. Like, I'm not trying to act cool, but I'm pretty sure I could probably crush your fucking hand. But I'm like, are you trying to prove something or something? I don't know. And then, no, it was too, I had times when, you take a picture with someone and they would angle you or something. And people would be like, wow, you're so much bigger than Frank or something like that. I'm like, I always let that person like get the angle, or they would flex and I would try to make myself look smaller just to like make them happy. But then they'd post it and everybody like, wow, Frank's so small.
Oh, that's not fun. You're doing a nice thing and it ends up biting you in the ass.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Antoine?
Yeah, so one that's like very recent, last weekend. And one is recent. I'll start with the one last weekend. So I'm about to guest pose. And I'm already like, I'm guest posing. I've been wrestling since the Olympia. I'm not like in any like mass phase or cut phase. So I'm looking like pretty much the most average I'm going to look like this year, right? So I'm about to go on stage like to guest pose in like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, not even. So I give my song to the DJ. So hey DJ, this is my song, and he looks at me and said, "Whoa, you lost a lot of size, huh?" Like, huh? Like what's happening? Like. So, oh yeah, I'm just resting for. Oh yeah, last year you were much bigger in shape because I was 8 weeks out last year.
Yeah, fuck right.
So I was like, oh yeah, it's okay. I'm resting. Like, and I already am not thrilled about guest posing out of shape. I'm not out of shape, but you know what, guys? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm already like, I'm doing it, but it's like it's for Khaled. It's a show. I can't not do it. I want to help him out, right? And also like to perform like that. But it's always, guest posing is way more fun when you're like 2 weeks out or 4 weeks.
Oh
out.
yeah.
It's like
I did it one time. I guest posed after the Olympia.
After, dude, I've never done that. I would love to be guest posed like during the rebound.
Yeah. I did like 3 after the Olympia, and I was like. I did one at Fuad show, and then I actually went home to Newfoundland and did one from my like hometown, and that was like the best, you know what I mean? Because it was like, those people know me like personally, you know what I mean? So that was cool. But to do it after and just be like all blown out and shit, it was great.
Yeah, I think I would love to do a guest posing like that. Just like,
dude, that guest posing you did was fucking the best thing I've ever seen, man.
Oh, with the guitar. I gotta post that. I figure out something. Yeah,
when you were doing the spin, I'm like, this guy is fucking nuts. I love it.
I still haven't seen it, man.
What?
Yeah, I'm trying to like get my video that's like it's a high quality video. It's like 4K. I just want to find a way to like make sure I'm centered. It's just anyway. I'll post it
Juji,
very
it's on
soon.
my page, Juji.
What'd you say?
It's on my page.
Yeah, so
It's on your page. Okay.
there's an iPhone version on this page because Frank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can watch it later. But yes. So the other thing the other example was like at an expo years and years ago, and I was not out of shape. I was like in good shape, and I was like normally muscular, and
Normally muscular.
yeah. So this guy comes in, shakes my hand. He's like, Antoine. I said, yeah. He said, he looks at me. Huh. Thought you'd be taller.
What?
Yeah. He just came up to me and she's like, huh. Thought you would be taller.
What the fuck? That sounds like that's from a movie too.
I know. And then he just
You know
left.
what? I'm pretty quick-witted with guys that say things like that. The first thing I would have said to guys like, "Yeah, I thought you'd be taller too. You're short, man. What the fuck?"
The guy was shorter than me. So
Yeah.
it just
You know
doesn't
what?
make sense.
I had that backfire on someone before. They come up to me
Oh, really?
at an expo, and this was a big guy. Like he was like way taller than me, like 300 something pounds. And he goes, a younger guy, and he goes, shook my hand. I say, hey man, usually I like when they say too, I'm a big fan. I'm like, no shit. And he goes,
Oh God.
he goes, but I think I have bigger forearms than you. And I'm like, well, that's cool, man. Like, awesome. So he's like, can we pose down right now? I'm like, okay, sure, cool. And he had big forearms, but like I did it, and it was a good time of day. And the veins were just one of those days. The veins were just great. Yes, yeah. And he looked at me. He goes, oh, okay. He's like, that was it.
That's funny. It's like I get that sometimes, guys, when like they're it happens pretty often. It happened like at least 5 or 6 times at Asia Expo and Pitlug. It happened last weekend. The guys come up and say, let's do a picture of the legs because the guy has good legs.
Oh
But
no.
I think he
Not
wants to
against
match
you,
up.
man.
He wants to match up, right? So I'm like, sure. So I also like go forward like 2 inches, of course. I'm not gonna give him any chance. Then pull them up and flare them, town, boom. They're like, then I can see the reaction of everybody just looking. Whoa! Like the guy is like, he doesn't understand. I don't know if he thought that he would like outsize me in the legs. So this feeling I thought they were either compared just for fun, but it's like the guys have big legs. So I don't know what he was thinking. But
He's not, dude. He's no fucking clue.
Honestly, you don't realize how big Antoine's legs are until you see them in person.
I'm saying you don't realize how big Antoine is until you see him in person.
Exactly. Even now, Antoine is like he's rest phase. Like he's still a fucking monster. Like people don't realize. You know what I mean?
I mean, everybody that I meet always says like, "Oh, you're much bigger in person." Like whatever Instagram doesn't you justice. I'm like,
no.
Except for the DJ at the recent guest posing.
Yeah, but that guy doesn't follow me online. So he saw me a year ago and then saw me just now. So he was like, oh, yeah, you lost a lot of size. What happened? It was like almost with a concerned voice. You know what he said? He said, oh, are you injured?
Oh my God.
I said, no, I'm injured. Taking time off.
Some people don't understand how much that hurts, man.
It's mind games.
It was like, I mean, I know exactly how I look and what's going on. So you can't really hurt me with that because it might be true, but in reality, I was heavier now than I was last year. It's just that my composition was better last year.
Yeah,
you know.
I find that doesn't bother me anymore. Like, dude, I like I said, this whole year I haven't barely trained at all, and I'm like, but I don't like to make an excuse to why I'm smaller, but I'm like, Frank was like, you got to realize, like, dude, you just went through a lot of fucking bad shit. You can't. And I look in the mirror after one workout, and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong? Why aren't I big? I was like, well, you were just sick and fucking dying, man. Like, what do you think? Like,
yeah. And the thing, Frankie, that's funny is that you're comparing yourself to like whatever idea of what you should be in your head, but you got to also compare yourself to the average 45-year-old and
Yeah,
to the
true.
average person. So imagine the average 45-year-old who went through all the things you're going through.
Frank's the most jack sick guy ever.
But you know what made me feel good? I talked to Dorian, and he was talking to Jay Cutler, and he's like, "How is Frank still so big?" And I was like, "What's he talking about?" He's like, "I got friends that are going through what Frank's going through, and Frank's going through more than just that." And he's still like, I'm still like 235, 240.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just trying. You know what I mean? I just try my best. Like even today, like I took a painkiller last night, and I fucked up my stomach all day today. And now I had barely eaten all day today, and I feel like so flat and whatever. I'm like, don't do that again. But it's whatever, man. Now it's like I'm just so used to things going like that. It's like now it's like I'm trying to be grateful for everything I do have, like the size I still have, the being able to train, having a day of being not in pain or feel sick. Like that to me is like, wow, thank you. I'm like so grateful for that stuff now. You know what I mean? And same thing, like I meet other people my age. I met this one guy about a month ago, and he's talking to. I was with a bunch of guys, big dudes, and he's like, "Yeah," he goes, "Yeah, but I'm 46. I'm an old man now," and like he looked like gray everywhere, and like fat, out of shape. I was like, well, I'm 44. I'm being 45 soon. He's like, looked at me like, what? He looked like he would have been my dad.
Oh no.
Oh, that was
I was like,
that was a kick in the pants for him.
He was 60 something, right? And he's like, I'm 46. I'm like, whoa, yeah. What are you doing, man?
You know what's funny, Frank? Like you're saying, like when you have a good day, you're so grateful that you don't have any pain. And then on that day, what do? You go to the gym to feel pain.
Dude, you know what? I told myself, I'm sure other people say this before, but like, we go to a building, we pay money to hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that? And it causes us pleasure. Imagine this was like 200 years ago and people said, hey, man, you want to pay me to go in this building and pick these things up?
Yeah.
Like, what? It doesn't make sense.
I think people trained before, though. They knew what training was. They were training because they knew that going through pain now would make them stronger for later.
Maybe, but like the normal person would be like, what? Pay you to I think it was in I think I saw in was it Back to the Future? They were like, yeah, do you guys run? He goes, yeah, for fun, for recreation. He's like, run for fun? What?
Yeah, that's funny. Well, it's like when I train somebody and they're like, all right, let's do like a whatever, another set. And then I'm like, I said, you know what's crazy? You're paying me for this. My clients.
Yeah, right. It doesn't make sense. It's totally fucked.
Yeah, that's
I don't
funny.
know. I kind of look at the gym kind of like a big metal playground, though. Kind of.
It is.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
It's just you're gonna hurt yourself on the playground.
You are. You will. Kids always have scraped knees and a couple tears at the end of the day. You know.
Yeah. We just have tricep tears and headaches.
Yeah.
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure. Yeah. Oh God, I would never measure my blood pressure after training ever in my life. Would I do that?
I've never done it. You know what I want to do? I think I'm gonna do curls with the cuff on, with a pump.
Oh my God.
It'll just say error on the machine.
You think so?
Yeah, because when you're actually like flexing your arm while you're wearing,
I'm gonna curl the other arm.
Okay, so if you relax one arm and curl the other arm, that would work. Yeah,
I'm gonna do that and freak myself out.
Yeah, it'll freak you out. I wouldn't do it, or just give that reading to Dwayne Jackson.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have my good reading in the morning. That's like I had a couple 120 with 120s this morning.
Yeah.
I would do that and do a video about that. And I would do a video training with the cuff and showing like the whatever 180 and then freak people out online. And then I'm gonna make Nick Trick's channel again.
Oh my.
That's funny. Yeah. Anyways, I think we talked for a bunch there, guys. So that was cool. Frank, if you want to do more.
Definitely. I always got something funny to say. I always got some good stories.
Yeah, for sure you do.
And Antoine, I can do some more stuff with you. I love doing the grip stuff. The grip stuff was fun.
Yeah, the grip stuff. That's all Juji's brand. All the grip training stuff.
I know. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I appreciate that, guys. Yeah. We're making a peach now. It looks like the peach emoji. So you got eggplants and peaches, dicks and
Yeah. Well,
dicks
I'll have
and-
to get the peach.
dicks and
I am the king of holding the eggplant.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You got the gym PR so far. Yeah. So we'll do more of that. I'm gonna get more grip style. I'll get the peach because you're good at grabbing peaches too, Frank.
Yes. I'm gonna need two.
Yeah, give you two of them. Yep, definitely.
Oh my god, two peaches and one eggplant.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's gonna
Wait,
be
is that 2 girls, 1 cup? Wait, no.
Whoa, no. The taco one? Oh yeah, the taco one that you can grip like that.
Yeah, true.
Taylor was
taco?
idea. Taco, yeah.
Yeah, we had that idea.
Oh, you had that idea?
Yeah, it's in queue, I think.
Thank you.
We just jam them out, man. It's fun.
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay. Let's do it
Yeah.
again. This is a
Let's
good
do it
group.
again.
I like this.
Awesome, guys.
All right, so thanks for watching, guys.